Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about time again. This time, we are going to learn about the use of AM and PM. By the end of the lesson, you should be able to use AM and PM to show morning, afternoon, and night. And then you should be able to use AM and PM to order events by time as well. So without further ado, let's start the lesson. When we talk about time, we know that one day consists of 24 hours. We know that time cannot go back. Time can only move forward. But when we see our clock, I do not see 24 number there. I only see 12 number, right? And this is where AM and PM is needed. Because even though one day consists of 24 hours, our clock can only show us 12 number there, or 12 hours. That's why it will be split. One is before noon, which stands for AM, and one is afternoon, which will be shown by PM. Anyway, AM itself means ant meridian, which means before noon, and then PM stands for post meridian, which means afternoon. So noon itself is 12 o'clock, exactly 12 o'clock in the noon. It is when the sun crosses the meridian, or exactly right above our head. That is noon. Maybe some of you have learned about AM and PM, and what you have learned is AM means morning, while PM means night. Well, it's not necessarily incorrect. However, it's not really correct as well. There is more into AM and PM. And let me guide you through it with the lesson today. So if you see, concentrate on our digital clock in the middle of your screen, you will see this word AM, which means this is 10:50 before noon. 10:50 before noon. I will show you my minute hand and hour hand. So when the minute hand move, you see that the minute keeps on moving, right? You see this minute start moving. The minute will move 20, 25, 30, 35, 36, 7, 38, 39, 40, 41, until it's 11:59. If you see this 11:59, you can see that it is still AM because just now it is 10:50 AM. But when the minute hand move after 12, you see that it's 12 and then 1 o'clock something. Now you see it's changed into 1:23 PM. Just now it is 10 o'clock, but now 10:50, but now it is 1 something. Does that mean we go back in time? Well, that doesn't mean that. Time cannot go back in time. Time can only move forward. Time cannot go back. Okay? So, after AM will always come PM. And after PM, there will come another AM, which means another day. To get you understand more about this AM and PM, I have to bring you back to our 7 AM in the morning. Let's go back to 7 AM in the morning. You see our 7 AM in the morning. This is usually the time for you to come to go to school. It is still in the morning. It is still very bright. That's why it is AM, or it is before noon, before your lunch time, right? So it is before noon, still AM. So when you arrive at school, you will start your lesson. So your minute hands will start to move bit by bit. 1 hour pass and then you are at 8 o'clock or 8 AM. Another hour pass and then you are probably at 9 AM. By this time, you should have your snack time. You will go to your canteen. Maybe you buy some food. Maybe you bring some food from your home. You will have your snack, right? So it is still AM. And then you will go back to class and then you will continue your lesson. Another hour pass, another hour pass. Now, the clock shows 11 a.m., which means your lunch is about to come. Your lunch is at 12 o'clock, right? One more hour and then you will have your lunch. So the minutes keep on moving one by one. 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Let me stop at 55. 11:55. 5 more minutes and you will have your lunch. If you see it, it is still AM because it's not yet lunchtime. It's not yet noon. Remember that our noon is exactly at 12 o'clock. Even if the minute hand move 56, 57, 58, and 59, you will see that it is still AM. However, when the minute hands move another 1 minute, now it is 12 o'clock and your lunchtime, and it is considered as PM already, or afternoon, because you just passed the noon, even for 1 second. So, this is your lunchtime, 12 p.m. You will go to your canteen, you will have your lunch. But, does that mean the sky has gone dark? No, I think the sun is still bright, even very, very bright, shining up upon our head, and then we consider it as PM. So, PM doesn't necessarily means night, PM means afternoon or after your lunch to be easier. Then, after you had your lunch, you will go back to your class, and then the minute hands start moving again, right? You will have your final lesson and 2 o'clock is here or 2 p.m. is here. 2 p.m. is the time when you had to go home. Let's check the sun again. Do you think the sun has gone? I don't think so. 2 o'clock, the sun is still shining pretty bright outside. It is post-meridian. It is afternoon. So PM means afternoon. So when you are at 2 o'clock, it is 2 o'clock afternoon. When you are going home at 2 o'clock, it is 2 o'clock afternoon, which is 2 p.m. So the minute will goes by, then you will have your course, maybe, and then you will do your homework. And now it's time for you to have your dinner. Usually it will be around 6 or 7 at night, right? That's why we consider it, but it is still after noon. Even though it is at night, but it is after the noon. Remember, the noon is at 12, so it is after the 12 in the noon. That's why it is 6 p.m. After you had your dinner, the minute hand will keep on moving. Maybe you might watch your favorite show with your family. You might do your unfinished homework, and then the time shows 9 o'clock or 9 p.m. Usually this will be the time when the kids start to go to bed. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., you will go to bed, right? So when you go to bed, you will fall asleep, and then usually you will wake up in the morning. However, have you ever wake up in the middle of the night? Let's say that the clock keeps on moving. The clock keeps on moving. It is still night because remember, you usually wake up at 6 o'clock to prepare to go to school. But then this time you wake up at 2 o'clock. Not yet 6. And you wake up in the middle of the night because you want to drink. Or maybe you want to go to the toilet. When you wake up, you see outside, there is no sun yet. However, when you check your clock, it is not 2 p.m. It is 2 a.m. So, again, does a.m. means morning only? Not really, right? This 2 a.m., the sun is still dark. The sky is still pretty dark outside. But it is considered as 2 a.m. because it is 12 hours before the noon. Or this is starting of a new day. That's why it is considered as 2 a.m. Maybe you have drink, you have go to the toilet, take a pee, and then now you go back to sleep, and then you will wake up at 5 a.m. You wake up at 5 a.m., you prepare yourself, you had your breakfast, and then you will go back to school again at 7 a.m. So that's basically what you will do in the middle of your day. So with that in mind, I will recap the use of AM and PM. So remember that AM means before noon. It is start from 12 in the middle of the night all the way to 12 at lunch. But when it's 12 at lunch time, it is considered as PM already, and then it will be PM until 12 at night. So if we recap our activity from the beginning of the day. So let's recap our day activity. Let's say that today is 15 April, 10 p.m. at night. Time for you to go to the bed, and then you will sleep. 2 hours after you sleep, the clock hits 12, and it is now 12 a.m., which means the beginning of the day. This is not 15 April anymore, but it is 16 April. The new day has started, but you are still in bed, 12 a.m. The minute hand will keep on moving slowly. It will keep on moving and moving until it reach 5 a.m. Usually this might be the time for your parents to wake up, for you to wake up. You will prepare yourself, take a bath, have breakfast, and then 7 o'clock in the morning or 7 a.m. you will go to school. You will be at school, you will have your lesson, have your snack, and then when it's about time to lunch, or 12 o'clock at noon, lunch come and it is 12 p.m. After you had your lunch, you will continue your activity. Some of you might have some course, you will do your homework, watch your favorite movie show, going out to play with your friends. 7 p.m. at night, and then you will have your dinner with your family. Then you probably will do your unfinished homework, doing something else, and 9 or 10 p.m. came and you go back to your sleep. And that's basically how you are going, the routine of your day. It's not start when you wake up, it start in the middle of the night, 12 a.m. The start of the day, and then it will goes all the way to your lunch at 12 p.m. and goes back until you sleep and go back to 12 a.m. to show you the start of a new day. So I hope the using of AM and PM helps you. So when you say that you are going to course at 4, you should understand that what is this for? Is this 4 means for AM or for PM? You are going course at 4, right? When you go to course at 4, you know that it's 4 is not for when you before you wake up, right? It is for after you have your lunch. And remember, you have your lunch at 12 p.m. This is your lunch. And then you will go to course at 4 o'clock after you go home. That means after your lunch. That's why when you go to course at 4 o'clock, it is 4 p.m., not 4 a.m. Even though it is still bright outside, but it is after the noon. So that's wrap up our lesson. Remember that AM means before noon, or to make it easy, before lunchtime. And then PM, which stands for post meridians, is afternoon or after lunchtime. Thank you very much. I hope you understand, and I hope this helps you.